Dragilor, suntem aici în Bora Bora și știu că ați primit un e-mail la care nu aveți răspunsuri și nu știți cum să reacționați. N-aș vrea să vorbim eu, Mihai sau Talian despre și am ales 3 persoane lângă noi să vă răspundă și să vă explice despre ce e vorba. Și unicul nostru Wayne Nugent.
All right, good to speak to you. Hopefully I'm speaking to almost the whole of Europe. We're growing. We have plans to expand internationally. We're opening up more and more countries right now. Of course, to do it right, there's some significant expense there. But a lot of the leaders around the world are telling us they want to open up certain countries, and so we've been working on that for a while now. Now, Josh Payne here, for those of you who haven't actually met him.
Hey guys.
It took me about, 8 months, a year? How long was it to recruit you?
It's about 7 months.
So about 7 months to recruit Josh. He had been with Cheap Caribbean and took him from about 80 million in annual revenues. At first they brought him on to be the CFO. Got him dialed in, took him to about 600 million in revenue. And then they sold to Bain Capital, which is one of the most respected firms out there. And so they really know how to dial in, proven himself to be an exceptional leader. Since we brought him on to Rovia, just doing a great job, and he knows what to do, for us and our business model and the things we want to do. If he does the same thing for you in Europe, what he did for the United States and Central and South America before, it's going to be really incredible what we do. But a lot of great relationships in the industry. He's just been a key hire for us, and building our future. He's here with us on the IMD trip right now. He's been around the world already, but certainly on this trip, really getting to know the IMDs, drinking the Kool-Aid, and he already had that in him. He's just a great guy, already had that in him. But over the last 6 weeks, actually now probably about the last 8 weeks, we did the world tour, starting in Singapore. And fortunately, Eddie had Micromedios, went out to Singapore, introduced the fly card to the leaders there in Asia, said, okay, if you've ever wanted to feel like you're in the beginning of the company, if you ever wanted to feel like you're in the beginning of a startup, this is what it looks like. This is what it feels like. That's the approach that we're taking. And I know there's many of you that have respect for the other IMDs that have been with us, 12 years, and some, my friends, 20 years, that know me and trust me, that we've been together, that we love each other, that are really the foundation of this company. But we're making room for you. And we're saying, okay, here's what's coming next. But it requires you to be visionary with me. It requires you to be visionary with us, because we're the ones that work on the plans every day, all day long, all over the world. We have more information than you do. And you have to trust us, that we're looking out for you, your family, your reputation, your friends, and your hopes and your dreams. And we realize that that's what you're asking of us, to be the good stewards of your hopes and your dreams. And so we take that responsibility seriously. And so what we've been doing is making adjustments. We might have to take 1 or 2 steps back to make the giant leap forward that we're wanting to make. Because what we're building, it's never been built before. What we're building, it just doesn't exist anywhere. And so we have been funding for the last few years the fly card, the DTL platform that you're going to see coming soon, even Dream Body products and the infrastructure for it. But we're not getting into that unless we do it big and do it right. So we've been really working overtime to build a very robust business model for you all. But it requires you to have vision with us and trust us and then partner with us. And so what's happened since Micromedios went to Asia, went to Singapore for the boot camp there, and then after that, South Africa, and then Budapest, and then Australia, and then we wrapped up the boot camp series in Miami, filled out that stadium. Out of that, we doubled, more than doubled, sales domestically. We've got a lot of traction around the world. A lot of the leaders right now more excited than ever, cycling more than ever. So all of a sudden, when you get all your leaders woken up that way, and they just really start duplicating, it's impressive. You know, having record, you know, sales days, record months, and everything like that. And so it stretched the comp plan, because I come from the field. It's my nature to want to pay out as much as possible. So I set the rules where we had a 65% cap that protects the company as like a safety valve, right? That if you start, you know, getting a lot of momentum, a lot of traction, and it starts to want to pay out too much, like only the binary portion, the people that are new that aren't cycling, they don't experience that. But the people that are cycling a lot, they do experience it. So what we've done is just consistently paid out above the cap, just because we're nice. We want to. but we have right now, we have to think about what's sustainable. With all the new people and new growth and all the investments we're making, more than anything, to be a good steward, we have to think what's the most sustainable. So I'm going to ask you to really learn that word with us. What does it take to scale a business? And then I'm going to let Mike talk again in a minute, and maybe Josh, about knowing what it takes to scale. Okay, go from where you're at to scale, because when you hit $1 billion like we did, you want to go to 2 billion, don't you? You want to go to 5 billion, you want to go to 10 billion. You got to be able to scale. And we are number one in the mid-market. We're top of the food chain in the mid-market, and we're right going into the bigger companies, the legacy companies. We were right there neck and neck with USANA. Then there's a company called New Skin. These companies have been around a lot longer than us, but we've averaged 70% year-over-year growth since inception. We've done about 1,000% growth just since 2009, you know, till now, 1,000% growth. Way faster, way bigger than any other direct sales company. This is documented, it's proven. No other company can say this, only us. We're number one, fastest growing. Well, that stretches the systems. It stretches your people. That's why I have to keep hiring more talent. It stretches your systems. And so what we have to do for your future is not only invest in things like Fly, not only invest in things like Dream Trips Local, things that don't exist, and platforms that don't exist, and tie it all together. But the core systems, we need enterprise level. In some cases, there's companies out there that just can't handle us. I mean, the software, the technology doesn't even exist. It's like we have to build it to go from where we're at to where we want to go, because we can't just go find it or hire it or partner with it, you see? So we gotta hire the best talent that's out there to build the best systems. And so just know that we've got a master plan. Everything's working according to plan. Everything's working according to schedule. This is our company, meaning yours too. We've always talked in terms of collaboration, being very open, being very transparent with our leaders, cooperating, but in the spirit of co-creation, always feeling like this is our company. It's the real yin and yang. Too much yang, you don't have the yin. Too much yin, you don't have the yang. It's really about balance, okay? Keeping it together in harmony. And so we've got to work with the field. It's really kind of like we got to educate you on certain rules in the comp plan that are designed, you know, to keep us healthy as we hit momentum and grow the way that we are. Okay, so it may be new, it may be different to you, but this is all a part of the plan to continue to build for you the platform that we've envisioned together, and that I've been working on really for about 8 or 9 years, believe it or not. Funding over even the last year or two of over $130 million funding this platform that you're about to be able to make a lot of money on. So for right now, we got to keep it tight, but that's because we're building all these things. We got to see them through. And then all of a sudden, you're going to be able to make more money than ever, because now you are going to have these additional things. It's not going to be just 50 a month or 100 a month. You're going to make money on the Fly card. And there's things I got to do there so you can make even more money on the Fly card. Then there's the DTL and how you benefit from that. And then there's other products that we have lined up. And there's the whole marketplace. So there's all kinds of things that we're building that ultimately mean you're going to make a lot more money a lot faster. And so are all your people. Now, doesn't that sound good? That's what we need to have a common vision on. That's what we need to partner on. So I know it's a big ask to tell people, hey, trust me. But that's how I built this company. I went to my closest people, my friends that have known me all these years, said, trust me. And that's why they always, for 12 years now, you've heard them say, I trust him, I trust him, I trust him. Because he is one of us. I recruited these leaders. I trained these leaders, okay? They're the godfather of my children. You know, I'm the godfather of their children. I've been the best man in lots of weddings. I mean, we're tight, okay? So if you're just seeing this video for the first time, you don't know that about me, and you don't know that about us. You don't know maybe the full magnitude of the history of our company, but it's special. There is no jump out of this company into another company and find what we have here. There's not one other company, not one, that has what we have in the terms of leadership and people and the bonds that we have and the product that we have and the future that we have. There's not one other company like this. So with that, you know, I appreciate taking this time on the back of the boat as we pull away from Bora Bora, Tahiti. Check it out behind you. And I'll let Mike Remedios, our CTO, sign off. And, you know, he understands what it takes to scale something big and be a sustainable company because he's come from some of the biggest companies out there. So I'm going to let Mike sign us off.
Great. Thanks, Wayne. So first of all, let me say it's actually my privilege to be part of this company as well. And I don't take it lightly, and that means being a partner with you guys. Having lived in UK, lived in Asia and Hong Kong, lived in California and US, I really feel that dynamic of we are a country all of ourselves, which happens to be the whole world. So that's a really special part of why I'm here. And part of that is also to not just do it with people, but to do it with our products and our platform. When Wayne says platform business, there are not many people in the world that actually understand that. And there are a couple of companies where it's very obvious what that platform business means, but it's not that obvious when they first started. And I'll use a couple of examples. You think of a little company 20 years ago called Amazon. Amazon was a little bookstore. That was the upstart, and everyone was sure for 10 years they were going to go out of business because they didn't make a single penny. They lost money, they had to get investment all the time, but their founder had a vision. Jeff Bezos had a vision. He didn't tell everyone what the vision was because not everyone would believe it. So Wayne is a lot like that. He's got this vision of how can he actually create this lifestyle for people so they can live their life fuller. The fun, freedom, fulfillment. It's not a joke. It's real. So every day we're getting bigger and bigger about how can we take on more ways to make your life better, and in doing so also create that opportunity for it to be your lifestyle but also your livelihood. And that is a very unique thing. Nobody in the world has done this. One of the reasons why I'm here is not to copy somebody else, but to build something new that people will look back just like they look back at Amazon now and go, they got really lucky. Well, you know what? It wasn't luck.
And he was there during that disruptive phase where, you know, Expedia disrupted all the travel agencies, and then Hotels.com came along later, and then those were businesses that had to be integrated. You know, he had to handle that integration. PayPal, eBay, a number of big companies you all heard of, Mike Remedio's been a part of. And so we're building this dream team here, and you're a part of it. Okay, we're going to do our part. You do your part. And as we wrap this video up, you can sign us out. We'll get back here. Let's get the view as we come over here as a group. And you let the families and friends know back home that we're thinking about them.
Așa că, dragilor, am ținut neapărat să vină mesajul de la fondatorul companiei noastre, Wayne Nugent. Îl iubim cu tot dragul și altă persoană mai potrivită decât el și Mike nu cred că ar fi existat. Vă pupăm și vă iubim și ne vedem cât de curând acasă.
This is where we get together and we talk about, we celebrate, you know, the 12 years that we've been together and what we've accomplished. But we also get together right now as proven leadership, and we plan the next 12 years.
That's right.
But let me talk to you about next year. This has been a special trip for us here in Bora Bora, IMD trip 2017. I hope that you're there in 2018 as an IMD. You can do it. A lot of people have done it in less than a year. You can hit reset right now, start right now, and you can hit the IMD trip by next year. And what everybody's wanting to do, because this has been the most picturesque place we've ever been. I mean, every picture is just beautiful, as you can see. But next year, hopefully right now, you can't hold me to this because I got to go to work on it, but we want to rent out the best resort, the entire resort, just us. Because there's so much scuba diving, people are water skiing, there's parasailing, jumping out of planes, there's helicopter tours, there's fishing, there's everything. There's so much to do. So we've enjoyed this 5-star luxury boat and tooling around the South Pacific. But ladies and gentlemen, please, it's worth it. Is it worth it?
Oh yeah.
Is it worth it? Yeah. Amazing. Yeah?
It's incredible.
Așa că, dragilor, merită tot efortul să fiți aici în 2018, alături de ei și de noi. Vă pupăm!